Are you ready to be truly frightened? We begin our descent into the abyss, into the heart of darkness. Prepare yourself. You are about to enter a world where fear reigns and shadows whisper. The park, a sanctuary of green by day, transforms at night. The rustling leaves whisper secrets the moonlight refuses to illuminate. The shadows of trees twist into grotesque shapes, their branches like skeletal fingers reaching out to caress the unwary. A group of friends, young and foolish, decide to tempt fate. They venture into the heart of the park, their laughter echoing in the stillness, oblivious to the danger lurking just beyond their sight. As they walk deeper into the woods, the air grows heavy, thick with an unseen menace. The temperature drops, a sudden chill that bites through their jackets. One by one, the laughter dies down, replaced by an uneasy silence. They feel it now, the presence watching them from the darkness. A pair of eyes, glowing with an unnatural light, pierces the gloom, sending a shiver down their spines. The ground rustles, a low growl vibrates through the air. They spin around, searching for the source, their hearts pounding in their chests. Creatures, twisted mockeries of humanity, emerge from the shadows. Their eyes burn with a malevolent hunger, their teeth bared in grotesque grins. Panic sets in, the friends scatter, their screams swallowed by the night. They run blindly, desperate to escape the nightmare unfolding around them. The park, once a place of joy and laughter, is now a hunting ground, its beauty a mask for the horrors that lie within, and those who dare to enter its depths after dark may never escape the night terrors that await them. An old house stands alone on a hill overlooking the town. Locals whisper tales of its dark history, of the family that once lived there, driven to madness by an unseen force. Now, the house stands empty, a testament to the horrors that unfolded within its walls. A young couple, new to town and oblivious to the stories, purchase the house, eager to start their lives together. They dismiss the local legends as mere superstition, but their skepticism is soon put to the test. It begins subtly. Strange noises in the night, footsteps creaking on the stairs, a cold spot in the middle of the living room. The couple tries to ignore these unsettling events, but the activity escalates with each passing day. Objects move on their own, doors slam shut without explanation, and whispers seem to emanate from the walls themselves. A feeling of dread permeates the house, a suffocating presence that wraps around them like a shroud. One night, the husband wakes up to a blood-curdling scream. He rushes to his wife's side, his heart pounding in his chest. She sits up in bed, her eyes wide with terror, her breath coming in ragged gasps. "It was here," she whispers, her voice trembling. "In the room. I could feel it watching me, touching me." The husband tries to calm her down, but he can see the terror in her eyes. He knows that something is terribly wrong. They are not alone in this house. The unseen visitor has made its presence known, and it has no intention of leaving. Days turn into sleepless nights. The couple is tormented by the entity, their sanity slowly unraveling with each passing moment. They try to escape, to leave the house behind, but it's no use. The unseen visitor has them trapped, its grip on their lives tightening with every passing moment. The house on the hill, once a symbol of hope and new beginnings, becomes their prison, a place of unimaginable terror where the unseen visitor reigns supreme. And as the couple succumbs to the darkness, they realize the horrifying truth. Some houses are best left undisturbed. The unseen visitor has claimed its new victims. The asylum stands on the outskirts of town, a crumbling monument to despair. Its windows are dark, empty sockets staring out at the world. The paint peels from its walls like scabs, revealing the rot and decay beneath. It is a place where hope went to die. Legends abound of the asylum's horrors, stories of cruel experiments and souls trapped within its walls. A group of teenagers, drawn by the allure of the forbidden, decide to explore the abandoned asylum. The air inside is heavy, thick with the smell of decay. Dust motes dance in the pale beams of their flashlights. As they venture deeper, they begin to hear things, soft whispers from the walls, the dragging of footsteps echoing down empty corridors. A low hum vibrates through their bones. One of the teenagers calls out into the darkness, "Is anyone there?" His voice hangs in the air. A cold breeze sweeps through, extinguishing their flashlights. Panic sets in. They stumble blindly, their hearts pounding. Suddenly, a blood-curdling scream pierces the darkness. The teenagers freeze, their blood turning to ice. Then, silence. When they finally manage to ignite the beams, they find their friend lying on the ground, his eyes wide with terror. They try to revive him, but it's no use. He's gone. Terrified, the remaining teenagers flee. As they run through the darkness, they can hear the laughter echoing behind them, the sound of pure, unadulterated evil. The forgotten souls of the asylum have claimed another victim, their thirst for vengeance far from satiated. An antique mirror, ornately framed, its silver tarnished with age, sits in the corner of a dusty antique shop. It seems innocuous enough, a relic of a bygone era. But this mirror harbors a dark secret, a reflection of something sinister lurking beneath its surface. A young woman, captivated by its antique beauty, purchases the mirror, unaware of the evil she is bringing into her home. She hangs it in her bedroom, admiring the way it reflects the light, oblivious to the darkness it conceals. At first the changes are subtle, a flicker of movement in the reflection, a fleeting glimpse of a face that isn't her own. The young woman dismisses these occurrences as tricks of the light, her mind unwilling to accept the terrifying truth. But the mirror grows bolder, the reflections become clearer, the movements more pronounced. The face in the mirror, a grotesque mockery of her own, stares back at her with a malevolence that chills her to the bone. One night as the young woman sleeps, she is awakened by a cold breath on her face. She opens her eyes to find the figure from the mirror standing over her, its eyes burning with an unholy light. Terror grips her heart. She tries to scream, but no sound escapes her lips. She is paralyzed by fear, helpless as the figure leans closer, its rancid breath washing over her face. The figure reaches out, its hand, skeletal and cold, caressing her cheek. The touch sends a shockwave of terror through her body, a surge of primal fear that threatens to consume her. Just when she thinks she can take no more, the figure vanishes. Desperate, she tries to get rid of the mirror, to break the curse that has latched onto her. But the mirror refuses to be destroyed. Each attempt to remove it from her home is met with violent resistance. The young woman is trapped in a waking nightmare, her life slowly unraveling as the shadow in the mirror tightens its grip. Sleep tight and remember, these stories could be more real than you think. Listen closely to the shadows. They whisper truths that our waking minds often ignore,